All right, welcome back for lesson number 10. Um, Lisa and I were talking at our last recording session, and she was saying how we had just turned the camera off, and after the session, she said, "Wow, I've been wasting a lot of time," referring to these lessons about um, basically the mind being blank when we think about the past. And we're thinking about something that's not only over, but never really existed, which, by the way, these classes really expose us to or these initial lessons up through about number 20, 25 or so, they really are about the metaphysics. It's a gentle, gentle way into the physics beyond the physics. That's what meta is. And really the physicless physics is, in truth, there are no physics. So it's taking us above the physics that we believe, uh, that we've been taught here in form. But anyway, when Lisa said, "Wow, I've been wasting a lot of time," I said, "Well, Lisa, you're not alone, you know." And so we're not alone in this practice. We're never alone in this practice. And if the practice brought us to this present moment, which is all there really is, that's part of the undoing that lets us begin to realize the joy and the happiness and the healing power of this present moment, then there was no wasted time at all. And the Course tells us throughout that that the Holy Spirit or the voice of Jesus is right there with us. It's been with us the whole time, because in this seeming separation, in this seeming journey away from heaven, we we took with us the memory of heaven into the dream. We took it with us, or it was sent with us. It's the still small voice. It's that we want to hear. And we can begin to hear that, but we got to undo the raucous shrieking of the ego. We've got to quiet that down, and we could put a lid on it. We can press it down, but it's far more effective to undo it. That's the gentle process of forgiveness. And as we as we undo the ego, the voice for love, Holy Spirit, becomes more and more known. And that is intuition. That's what we want. We want to be guided through this maze, through this chaotic dream we call life. And so we really are, we become more and more guided, and we become more peaceful, more happy. So that's a beautiful thing. Today we're going to start again with your legs up on the wall, your head supported on the bolster. And remember, Lisa, will you show them how you got up onto the wall again? This is nice because you want to sit with your hips. In this case, Lisa's left hip is close to the wall. So she's sitting right on the edge of the mat. So she's not in the middle of the mat, she's on the edge. Now watch, as she goes back, her legs go up, and she comes onto her back at the same time. And this works well for just about everybody. And that way you don't have to try to wiggle in close. Better to get closer to the wall and then push back if you need to. Now, you may want to just, hopefully you set your camera up or your screen up so that you can see a little bit of what we're doing here. We're going to open with this shape where Lisa bends her right knee and puts her left ankle on the left knee. So it's sort of a figure four shape that you'll make with your two legs. Then you slowly bend the left knee and let the left heel come down the wall. The pressure is increased in the right hip. You might get a little stretchy sensation in the right hip. Don't let that be too strong. If you're too close to the wall, then it will take effort to be in the shape. in which case you'll need to push back a little more. It looks like it might be helpful to push back some for you. Yeah. All right. Now, some people that come in with very flexible bodies, their sit bones will be touching the wall. Their left knee will be at 90 degrees. They'll be maximizing the shape and they still won't feel much. Okay, if that happens to be you, don't seek sensation. That's the wrong goal. We don't want to be sensation junkies. You have to trust that the shape is still working for you. Interlock your fingers under your head on top of the bolster. Close your eyes. Turn your head to the left. We're going to spend a little time in this shape, so make sure it's sustainable. You should feel held by the shape, and the work is just happening. The yoga comes to us, and the healing comes through us. I'm not healing you, and you're not healing you. It's nice to just let go of that responsibility. We may seek out help in form. We may visit doctors, we may see various specialists or whatnot, but we never give away our healing power. That's important. What I mean by that, we never give away this insight and this healing transmission and guidance that comes through us. So we give that away, we give that to an authority figure, then the ego has won the game and no true healing will occur. You can feel your breathing begin to slow down. The rhythm of the heart can slow down. We do not emphasize the breath in the Avita yoga practice. In fact, we de-emphasize it. It will take care of itself. The only suggestion, the only guidance I would give for breathing is to have the lips closed, the teeth a little bit apart, and the breathing goes in and out of the nose with very little thought. Why focus on the breathing? Why preoccupy your mind with your breath when you can merge and join with true self? Bring your head back to the center. Slide the left heel up the wall, left leg straightens. Extend the right leg up onto the wall. Change the interlock of your fingers. Now make the figure four with the left leg. So the left ankle crosses the knee, or it's supported not on the kneecap, but just below it on your thigh. All right, now I didn't mention on the first side, but I'm going to mention it here. For some people, there's enough stiffness in the hip that you need not even bend the right knee. Okay, so this alone can be enough. But you can test, we can test a little bit. Bend the right knee now, if it feels appropriate. Not so much that the hips start to come off the floor. You can always inch back if you need to. Make sure everything is just right. Eyes closed, turn your head to the right. Lesson number 10. My thoughts do not mean anything. So it says, this is the second time we've used this kind of idea. The form is slightly different. This time the idea is introduced with my thoughts instead of these thoughts. And there's no link made to the things around you. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. Wow. It will take some humility to really begin to let that idea come in. The emphasis is now on the lack of reality of what you think you think. Why? Because only the thoughts of God or the thoughts of pure love are real. Many meditative techniques suggest stopping thinking, or they may include counting or focusing on a candle flame or focusing on something. Okay. It's impossible to stop thinking. But we can change our thoughts. We basically choose a different teacher so that we begin to undo the thoughts of ego, which automatically brings us to the thought for God or the thought for love, the source of peace and joy and happiness, total fulfillment, and the guidance that, like a light, or like the Christ hand holding our hand as we move through our lives. Bring your head back to the center. Slide your right heel up. And release the left foot up. Good, and then release your arms to your sides. Okay, find your strap. We'll bring the strap around the ball of the right foot once again, as we did yesterday. Okay. The heel goes back to the wall, your hands high. Activate the leg. Remember, you don't want to be too close to the wall. If you're in doubt, inch back a little bit. Engage the thigh, flex the ankle, open the sole. We go for all inclusiveness over any idea of maximization. Now, slowly bring the heel off the wall, just little tiny bits at a time. Adjust your hands up, drop the shoulders. If the knee is bent, we lose the efficacy of the shape. Far better to let your heel err toward the wall with a very assuredly straight knee. And it has to feel safe. See, the restriction is in the knee, not the hamstrings. We could stretch the heck out of the hamstrings and completely bypass the real deeper underlying arthritis, degeneration, or buildup of scar tissue in and around the knee. Lower your foot to the wall. Put the strap on the ball of the left foot. Now this is for your hands and your fingers too. They may complain a little bit. If you fully need a rest, then it's okay to rest them. See, I'm not advising you wrap the strap around your hands. I'm asking you to hold your strap. Engage the thigh, extend the knee, flex the ankle, open the sole of the foot. Slowly bring the heel off the wall. Respect the limit you feel in the hamstrings. For sure, respect the limit and tightness you feel in the hamstrings. Reduce the angle. Lowering your heel to the wall is needed to ensure a strong, straight leg. Your arms hang from your working hands. The moment you try to accomplish the shape is the moment it is no longer Avita yoga. Keep making it confident and safe and sustainable. We're undoing, and it just takes a little time and practice. Lower your heel to the wall. Instead of stretching your hands now and trying to fix the sensation there, set the strap at to side and lie your hands at your side, palms up, and observe the sensation. Now stay out of the way of your body and the underlying physiology. See, no rescuing. Instead of trying to rescue and fix and stretch, we gently observe. Interlock your fingers behind the right knee and bring the right knee towards your left shoulder. Yep. Diagonally across your torso. Now you may feel a stretch in the back of the right hip. Don't target that so much as any other sensation that comes with the shape. In fact, it's nice if the compressive forces in the inner part of the leg and groin match that stretchy sensation. My thoughts do not mean anything. This idea applies to all the thoughts of which you are aware. The reason the idea is applicable to all of them is that they are not your real thoughts. We've made this distinction before and will do so again. You have no basis for comparison as yet. When you do, you will have no doubt that what you once believed were your thoughts did not mean anything. So there's a kind of a carrot, a little nugget of true hope. Wow. With practice, there will come a time when I'll have a thought so fulfilling, so joyous, so peaceful, that then I'll have something to compare the ancient thoughts of the ancient thoughts of the ego. All right. In the meantime, I'll just keep practicing. Release your leg up. And the fingers behind the left thigh, close to the knee. Bring it toward the right shoulder. Yeah, and the calf muscle just rests into your fingers, your foot relaxes, your toes relax, your arms do the guiding work. Now, I'll say, or I'll bet, that you have had a moment or a number of moments or instance throughout your life where all your troubles, all your concerns just slipped away, even for a few seconds. And this feeling of joy and happiness just flowed in. Maybe you woke up from a short nap feeling that way, or maybe, you know, the ego cannot keep the light out forever. So maybe you do have a little tiny something to compare to. Just imagine those moments being strung together and lasting longer and longer. And release your leg up onto the wall. Bend your knees and push yourself back. And stretching yourself out on the floor. Roll onto one side and push yourself up when you're ready. Sitting comfortably, close your eyes. Bring your hands to your heart as an outer expression of this lesson number 10. My thoughts do not mean anything. And this idea will help to release me from all that I now believe. Belief falls away, and knowledge, knowingness comes in. That's our yoga. Namaste.